Brayden, you've been through a lot in your career, just having to deal with a variety of things. How nice was it to have a game like last week, able to make that big touchdown at the end of the half, make some big plays? How nice has that been able to, kind of show what you're capable of doing?
I mean, obviously it feels great. I mean, it's been a super long time coming, so it's nice to just finally, after so many years and missing so many games, to just get out there and really just enjoy it, be grateful, and have fun.
What did you learn from that process? Because that can be really challenging to try and keep yourself motivated, keep going. What did you learn?
Ooh, man, that's a deep question. I could probably go a lot deeper with it, but I think I think the main thing is just you know when you want to do something and you have a goal in mind, it's important to be resilient, be specific with what you want to do, and I think it's also okay to adjust your goals and expectations for yourself, um, to be realistic and to make sure that you know um, they're achievable and that you can get there and persevere. So.
Mitch, and then Jake.
Brayden, from your vantage point as a receiver, where do you feel Jaren has taken further steps in his game this season?
It's a good question. I think, Jaren has always been such a calm, confident guy on the field. And I think this year it just shows that, in his preparation or, whatever it is, work over the offseason, that he's really confident in where he wants to go with the ball. I mean, rarely do you see, Jaren, get panicked in the pocket and make a bad decision. I think, this year it's always, he sees the coverage well. He knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball, and we're confident that he can make any throw. So I think that's been the biggest thing for him.
I just wanted to ask you too that touchdown grab that you had, just maybe how maybe I don't know emotional or fulfilling was that moment for you? I mean, you've been through so much at BYU, you kind of touched on it, but just to kind of have that personal success, you could kind of make all the hardships worth it, if you will.
Yeah, no, I mean it feels great, and we've had that play in for the last few weeks now, and you practice it so much, and then you get in the game, and we don't really get the opportunity to run those things, so it's been a long time coming with the injuries, but also a long time coming for that play. So I was just waiting on it, and it's great when you get to work on something so much and then get out and go perform it. So it feels amazing.
Brayden, you're a local kid, grew up watching the in-state rivalry games. Are you upset about this being the final game of Utah State BYU, at least for the foreseeable future?
I mean, to be honest, I've never even, been a part of played in a game that's, against Utah State, but the energy's always great. The in-state rivalries are awesome. The wagon wheel is a cool thing. It's always nice to take that home. So yeah, I mean, it's sad. Hopefully it doesn't come to an end, but if it is the end, then I'm sure us and Utah State will give the fans a great showing and with lots of energy and excitement.
Jay, and then Sean.
Brayden, kind of along those same lines, do you guys consider Utah State a good rival, a rival opponent with the wagon wheel and all that?
Absolutely. I mean, they're a talented team. They won the Mountain West last year. I think that's a great rivalry. In state, I mean, they're going to come with a lot of energy, regardless of how they perform. Like, we respect them a lot. So I think it's a great rivalry, and it's fun for the fans as well.
Sean, go ahead.
Right, and it feels like, and maybe part of this is going back to just what you were saying about Jaren and kind of his improvement and stuff, but it feels like every week through the first third of the season, there's been like a new receiver or just like a different receiver kind of step up, whether it was you last week or Kibo or Cody before that or that kind of thing. How deep is this wide receiver room in generally, and are you, I don't know if surprise is the right word to use here, but should we be surprised just at how deep you guys are running right now, especially with everything going on with Puka and Gunner and everything else?
I mean, I wouldn't say surprised. I mean, none of us are surprised. We've all worked together, for a long time over the off season last year. I think we all know what we're capable of, and you know, and I know Gunnar and Puka, obviously those dudes being the main guys, I'm confident they tell you the same thing, that we've all known for a while how deep this group is. And I think that's a great thing to be a part of, is a deep group, because we're all making each other better week in and week out, and learning from each other, taking tips and points from each other. So, I mean, I don't think any of us are surprised about it.
We'll take last question from Jared.
Brayden, I don't know if you heard Kalani earlier or what I asked the defensive guys, but you kind of get to represent the offense today. He said that he's not satisfied with how the team rhythm is and not feeling like you guys are playing quite to the level that you're capable of yet, and he took it on himself, saying that's his job as the head coach. What do you feel like the offense needs to do better to get to that point where you're playing at that level you're capable of?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a tough question. You never really put your finger on one thing, but something that we like to talk about a lot is just doing the little things right during the week. Like, nothing really, to do with the game. You can obviously get a lot better, in the game, technique, all that stuff. But I think it's during the week. Are you going to class? Are you watching the film that you're supposed to be watching? Are you calling your family, telling them you love them? And I think that's something that we've harped on, as do the little things right during the week so that you can earn the right to be prepared and confident going into game day, because those things matter. It's part of our culture here, and I think really buying in and doing those things will obviously help us a lot.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brayden.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brayden.